watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Thanks for joining us. 6 a.m. Hope you had a nice weekend, everyone. It was still relatively hot. Yeah. Glad to report some changes are in store. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Netta Irampour. Cooler weather coming. Evan Rani joining us here to talk about that. I think a lot of people are happy about that. That bill,
Yes.
your AC bill for last month, it's going to be pretty high.
It's going to be tough to see.
Yeah. Crank down the AC, turn it off ideally.
Right.
Yeah. Open up the windows a little bit more, especially toward each morning and evening, avoiding kind of that midday stretch. But in most cases, you can even leave those windows open midday moving forward, starting about tomorrow through Wednesday, Thursday timeframe as those temperatures keep sliding. Notice that today we're still going to be on the warm side inland, 91 on average. 78 out along the coastline. Mountains are going for 86, and the desert's 103. But coming up over the next several days, we'll watch for a gradual drop in temperatures. More details on that ahead. Vanessa Paz is checking in on traffic to start off the morning.
Yeah, I sure am. Monday light overall for everyone headed out the door soon. This is what it looks like on the 805 coming at your screens at Northbound Drive as you exit the South Bay area. Switching gears, this is the 78, and that's the westbound drive coming at your screen right at Nordal as folks make their way towards Vista. Speaking of Vista, we do have a crash that we are tracking. It's on the 78 East. So this is as you exit Vista headed eastbound near Civic Center. It's involving two cars and it's causing a good amount of slowing at last check. Again, that crash just came in about 5 or so minutes ago. All right, let's go ahead and switch gears and see what's happening out of the South Bay. Some very light brake tapping. It's pretty heavy though as you make your way across to Coronado Island. Slowest speeds down to about 15 miles per hour. Coming up in about 5-7 minutes or so, we'll pull up those travel times for you. Back to you guys.
New this morning, a homicide investigation underway in Ramona. Deputies responded to reports of an assault with a deadly weapon around 2:30 p.m. yesterday in the 700 block of 8th Street. The Sheriff's Department is only saying that the victim was found with traumatic injuries and died at the scene. No suspect description has been released, but authorities say they do not believe there is a danger to the community. You should call Crime Stoppers if you know anything.
Free parking at the San Diego Zoo may soon be a thing of the past.
Yeah, later today, the San Diego City Council set to take up this proposal to amend the city's lease with the zoo. CBS 8's Regina Yarita live in Balboa Park now with the details on this potential change here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Well, parking has been free for decades here at the San Diego Zoo, and families and visitors, they can all agree that this is a perk that they enjoy when coming to San Diego Zoo. But now the city of San Diego is considering to authorize an amendment to an agreement with the city and the Zoological Society for its zoo parking lot near Balboa Park. The new amendment could potentially add parking rates to the zoo. According to the city's staff report, under the current lease, the San Diego Zoo cannot reduce or remove parking fees for volunteers or staff. It currently prevents the zoo from charging discounted rates for San Diego residents, members, seniors, and military guests. Now, these possible changes to the agreement follows the city's proposal to possibly start charging parking at Balboa Park. The zoo's proposal is separate to the city's potential parking fees at Balboa. The report even reads that there are no, quote, fiscal considerations associated with this lease amendment. The Zoological Society says the changes are rather to better align with the city's plans to charge parking at Balboa Park. But we did talk to visitors at the zoo this weekend, and we noticed mixed reaction.
I'm not a huge fan. I mean, the zoo is an awesome attraction for people, for tourists, for people who live in San Diego, and we understand that parking is challenging here, especially close to downtown.
And guys, just for some perspective, general parking at the San Diego Safari Zoo in North County costs about $20, although there's no confirmation of what the parking rates will be here at the San Diego Zoo. It could be similar. We'll know more details during that meeting that takes place at 2 p.m. As soon as we hear additional details, we'll be sure to share it with you. For now, I'm Regina Urita, CBS 8.
Regina, thank you. And a heads up for drivers, if you're headed to San Diego International Airport, a years-long closure will begin today. The road from Terminal 1 to Terminal 2 will be closed, so construction crews can demolish the existing Terminal 1. The roadway will stay closed until construction is finished. Airport officials say that will be finished in 2028, but it may take longer. However, they say access to the new terminal shouldn't be a problem.
Recently opened up our on-airport roadway for people heading westbound to the airport. That's a 3-lane road with no intersections and no lights, and offers a much faster route to the airport.
While the road will be closed to cars, the pedestrian walkway connecting the terminals will stay open through September 22nd.
Today, the owner of a porn website that tricked hundreds of women and at least one minor to appear in pornographic videos will be sentenced. Michael James Pratt, owner of Girls Do Porn, pleaded guilty earlier this year to federal sex trafficking charges. He was first charged back in 2019 and was an international fugitive until his arrest in 2022. Prosecutors are seeking a 22-year sentence, while Pratt's attorney is expected to request 17.5 years. We'll keep you updated. Also today, Supervisor Paloma Aguirre will renew her calls for urgent action to address the Tijuana sewage crisis. She will be joined by the San Diego Air Pollution Control District and scientific researchers. Her previously introduced action plan aims to protect public health, protect South Bay communities, and get more money from the federal government to address this issue. Over the Labor Day holiday weekend, health officials had to close beaches from IB through Coronado because of high bacteria levels in the water. They reopened over the weekend.
See, I went to Del Mar Beach and thought it was quiet. There was a lot of room and space, but in La Jolla, it was much different for you.
I think because they had this big swim from the cove to shores, and so that probably brought a lot. I spent like 30 minutes looking for parking.
Maybe the 5 closure too. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I also think just it being after Labor Day, it's allowed for a lot of our beaches to just kind of quiet down.
Yeah.
I think La Jolla is kind of always the exception. It is very busy in La Jolla. However, out at Mission Bay, Del Mar, both spots were a lot quieter than it has been over the last several weeks. Want to give you this live look outside at what we have going on. We are watching for a small amount of cloud cover this morning. There's not any indication that fog is going to be a huge concern over the next several hours. In fact, you can already make out a little bit of that sunrise view out there, but there are some areas of patchy low clouds. Those clouds are going to become more consistent. There's an increase in morning cloud cover, all as this trough of low pressure slides in and gives us a cooling trend to start the week. Today through about Wednesday, even Thursday, we'll watch temperatures slide day over day, and then they stay pretty consistent through the upcoming weekend along the coast. Inland, we'll see a small climb in temperatures by the upcoming weekend. Humidity is also going to drop with drier skies ahead. That means that we won't have as much of that muggy feeling each afternoon. There won't be as much moisture in the atmosphere, but there also won't be nearly as many, if any at all, pop-up showers across our local mountains. When we look at our fog conditions right now, I mean, we are at 7 miles in Oceanside, we're at 3 miles at Brownfield, but besides that, we've got pretty clear skies to start off the day. There's that drop in temperatures that a lot of people are looking forward to from 90 this afternoon, so today's still a warm day in most cases, dropping down to 81 by Tuesday, 77 by Wednesday, and then plateauing in most cases through Thursday, but we do have a small climb in temperatures through the upcoming weekend, just a few degrees, still in almost every situation across the board, staying in the cooler than average range into this upcoming weekend. Vanessa Paz is checking in on traffic conditions. Looks like a nice sunrise view there.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, this is the 5 in both directions right at 6th Avenue. The sun slowly starts to light up the sky here. Coming at your screen, that's a drive as you head northbound towards the curves, and right side fairly quiet for that southbound drive headed towards National City. This is 78. Meanwhile, at Nordal, the westbound drive is what you're seeing facing the screen, away from the screen, and that's going to be the eastbound drive headed towards the 15. All right, I wanted to showcase the 78. That's where we're tracking a 2-car crash, and that's going to be at Civic Center, and it's causing a good amount of slowing as you make your way eastbound out of the Vista area towards San Marcos. So just keep that in mind if that pocket is involved in your morning commute. We also got this just in about 5 or so minutes ago. A 3-car crash on the 5 South right at Del Mar Heights Road, and that's right before you get to that 56 interchange. All right, let's go ahead and see what it looks like in terms of speeds out of Oceanside and Escondido. We're still averaging anywhere between 65, 70 miles per hour, so no major delays nor issues aside from that 3-car crash at Del Mar Heights Road and then on the 78 East right at Civic Center. But it looks like neither of those are tackling on too much time when it comes to the overall total of drive times. In fact, right now, close to 30 inbound from Encinitas. That is usually usual. And about Escondido down to the 163 merge will take drivers about 10 minutes at last check. Full span of the 78 headed westbound from the 15 to the 5 will take you about 15 minutes. If you're traveling in from the East County, anywhere between 5 to 7 minutes. We're all in the green, always good. 94, the 8, as well as the 52 will take you under 10 minutes at last check. And we're all in the green coming in from San Isidro as well as Chula Vista, but the bridge just seems to be a problem here. 17 minutes full span with average speeds about 8 minutes. This is typically a 3-minute drive, so you can leave time for travel, pack your patience as you make your way towards the island this morning. All right, 6:10 is the time. Let's go ahead and pull up those border wait times for you. About an hour and a half on both of those drives inbound from both San Isidro as well as Otay Mesa's port of entry.